Hello and welcome to not pre-recorded me. So this is just a little update video on what is new in version 0.0.2. The first thing is you have to get a new launcher because a couple things changed with the game. For example, the game name, which was needed to know which file to open in the first place. The name of the game is Aukedora. Let's go, we got an actual name. Anyways, when you start up the launcher, it'll again install the game because it's a new version. Now instead of saying Project Splash is ready to play, Aukedora is ready to play. You press play. The first thing you'll see is, oh my goodness, we have an exit button. That is amazing. Yes, you can now actually quit the game as shown here. Nice. That's about it. All right. Back into the game. There are a couple, as I mentioned, this is going to be more towards quality of life than anything. You can now type in your login details in your login and press tab. You switch between the menus, as well as press enter to log in. Very simple. There's also a log out button now. The buttons are made more clear here with create character and delete character. Delete character is not possible at the moment. And join world, which does not do anything unless you have a character selected, which I'll release in a second. Now, we have the create account. It has the similar, is pretty similar to the login screen. You can now press tab to switch between the the things, but you cannot press enter to create. You actually have to press the button to verify. When creating an account, you will also now be sent back into the login screen when it's done successfully, so you know for sure that the account was created. The settings, we now have very, very basic settings. You can change your game quality. Most of these settings are saved. I recommend playing on either medium or high. They have pretty good graphics. Playing on low, disable shadows, so you will not be seeing any types of shadows, as well as the textures will also be completely ruined. Playing on medium difficulty, the textures are only somewhat ruined, and on high, they're just as they are. So if you just want the optimal and normal gameplay of the game, you should probably be playing on high. You have all of these game resolutions, as well as toggle full or not full screen, as well as target frame rate. Target frame rate works like this. If you go for -1 or 0, it goes on max, so the highest possible FPS you can. If you try to go beneath 30, it'll do 30, as 30 is the minimum cap that the game should be running, and you should not be going underneath that anyway. You should not be going underneath your screen's vertical sync. Otherwise, I always my go-to is making it 144 FPS, you know, regardless of having VSync toggled or not. I like 144 here. It looks smooth, and in case you have a 144 Hz screen, I don't, for example, so theory 60 is all I need, right? Because I can't even see more, but 144 is just nice to test stability. With an audio tab that works for sound, while you cannot hear the sound of the recording at this time. This does make music louder, as well as the music makes music louder, and this does use the values. Put this somewhere where I can nicely. Effects and ambient, there is no effects and ambient noise at the moment, so there's not much for that. Looking at these settings, we are on high, 144 Hz. Audio is a nice little staircase. These settings should save. If they don't during this recording, then I look like a damn fool, but you know, that's how it is. And 144, we're on high settings, and we have our staircase. Perfect. Okay, we can now log in using our tab. That is so useful. I already created the character. We're gonna go ahead and create another character. You can in the character creation screen. The reason why this might be of good use to you is because you are capable of actually viewing the character you are creating. Now, for the create button to become active, you have to select an element. I selected Earth, and you have to select a faction as well as a name. Name is now active. Just call him Testy because that's our Actually, I'm gonna call him Box Boy because this is the name of the model. The name of the model is actually Box Boy. This is Box Boy. All right. We have here base, end, and eye. This means your base skin color, which there is white, R, G, and B, so red, green, and blue. Yes, so red, green, blue. I like playing on the regular skin. It's just how the character was made to be. But when it comes to end, this changes your hands and feet. I do enjoy playing on green for some reason. I don't know, it looks very nice. We currently have 5 eye options. This could totally change, and there could be more. So give it a little nice Hawaii eyes, diamond eyes, flat eyes, and serious eyes. I will totally add more later on, as well as I just want to say that this menu here is 100% going to change. These buttons are just very clearly stated here for now, so it's very obvious on what they mean. I am going to go ahead and do diamond eyes. Your character was successfully created. As you can see, I was being pushed back into the character select screen instead of the character create screen. This is so that you can, like, it only happens when your character gets created, so it definitely confirms its creation. You do not have a select preview yet. This will also hint towards the you have a character selected. This will be added sooner or later. That will definitely be an option, as well as the delete character will also become an option in the future. But for now, you will not be able to see that your character is here, and you will also not be, like, you won't be able to tell if the button is clickable or not. You just have to assume at this current time that you did select your character and that the join button is available. Now, the one big thing, obviously, is, oh, look at that. My character has green hands. That is very nice. Is we have a chat in the bottom left. Now, if you want to write something in chat, it's very simple. You just press enter and then you stop typing. Hey, this wrote it in local chat. That means players that are around you were able to see this message. Now, if a player is too far away, it would not get this message. Only people that are in a specific range to you will be able to see your writing, as there is no global. And as it says in info, /w name to whisper. I can't test this out right now because I'm the only character here, and whispering yourself is disabled, as it should be. That's just lonely. I cannot test that, but it definitely does work. As well as collision has been disabled for entities and players, as I have mentioned. That was before. We have figured out a new way to do this jump. You can jump here. Wow, this is amazing, and I'm floating. And that's more or less the update. Actually, there's one more thing. You can press escape. But how do I use my mouse? What? I can't even use these buttons. Well, you hold Alt. The reason why you have to hold left Alt is because this game is going to be extremely combat dependent, and you wouldn't want to have a menu open, any type of menu, even if it's the escape panel, on accident or something when you were clicking, when you were 1, 2, whatever, you know, your buttons, that all of a sudden you cannot do any attacks or inputs to attack. This is the reason why you either press Alt to fully unlock, which means you can also exit the window of the game, or you hold Alt, which still keeps you inside the game, so you're confined. You can also interact with the chat by clicking on the thing. This will still not allow you to move your character, jump, or I, but you can hold left Alt, and you should be able to send, which it does, and then you again. So your chatting gets unhooked once you send a message, so you will have to be pressing enter again if you do want to type. Now, one thing that is very interesting that I added in is when you hover over a character's name, click on it, you get to quickly whisper that person. Obviously, it doesn't work because you can't whisper yourself, but it does work in another person would be here. And then yet again, escape, you have the option to go to settings, you can press escape again, and then if that menu goes away, then you can stuff like that and still play with settings while walking around, you know, hold W, play around. That is intended. And yeah, you can as well log out and quit. If you press log out, you will for now not be set into the characters. Log out intends you to log out, which you will be. Server, camera will stay here, but that is just for now. This will change in the future. Your camera will reset to the main camera. Otherwise, this is everything for the update. Maybe find a couple more little secrets that I haven't talked about, little things that have been included, but otherwise, this is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are excited for the next update, as this will include some more base mechanics like the hard code for items and such like that. Maybe I will even introduce gear at that point, but we will see. We will see. Hey, what's up, lads? This is post-production Quartzi here. I would like to first apologize for the cutting out of the mic that happens so often. I'm not quite sure why that happens during recordings, like during footage recording when I talk, but it does occur. Like right now it's not happening, as you may have noticed. But I would like to mention that next week I start a part-time job, most likely. Therefore, I will be not able to work full-time on the game anymore, as I have been doing right now. But I would also like to mention, because I did not say this yet in the footage before, that the next update will introduce items and such to the game. Now, while you might not be genuinely able to interact with these items yet, they are available. That means that in theory you could equip items at that point. I just didn't add the code for equipment yet. But I can already confirm, because it's been 1 day since the update has been out, items are already implemented. I was really fast and was on my zone, so that was amazing. I also have a Discord server now for Aukedora. If anyone is interested on its development or updates, I post those there. You can always see what I'm currently working on due to the Git hook that is available, as well as if there is a little update that comes out for your version of the client, which did occur for this version, which included a fix for the camera spawning. You will see that there as well. And I also have a Patreon if you would like to support me and the development of Aukedora and potentially help me making this my full-time job. I am glad to see that people already enjoy the game, and I also want to say happy birthday to Macro. This might be a day late now, but you know, happy birthday, Macro. Thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you're excited for the next update. I am for sure. Thank you everyone. See ya.